How we doing, YouTube? We're back. We're going to go ahead and take out the GTO, the Judge, and it's 200,000, 201,000, so far more easy to step into than the $8 million Honda. But let's go ahead and see what it's got. I'll take it to Laguna Seca. I did a little bit of testing on this, just like a couple minutes, just to see what I'm even capable of. It does. I haven't done anything other than I swapped to racing hard tires, so I didn't want to deal with the total disaster of the comfort. It came with what? Let's see what it came with. I think it was comfort medium. Yeah, comfort medium. I'm out. The car went from around 450 performance points to right around, what was it, 547. So it was up about 100 points just swapping the tires out. So I don't even need to try the comforts to know that it's not, they're a nightmare. And it's fun if you want to drift or that sort of thing. But I was playing with this a little bit, and the factory setup, it's a 4-speed. I was trying to shove it into fifth over and over and kept throwing it into neutral. It does use the clutch with the factory transmission, which it should. But we'll do this race here for a couple laps, then we'll go ahead and build the car up. Start off with some rivalry right out of the gate. So this car is, especially compared to that F1 car, which you can imagine, it's slow and it's heavy, but it's got personality. This is an old muscle car. This is a 50-year-old car at this point. Okay. But if you put it in with cars of its class, it fits right in there real nice. So this one being 200,000, I mean, it's not cheap. Oh, I don't know what happened there. So the soft suspension is less predictable than if you modify it. 200 grand is right around what it takes to build one of these, not one of these, but in the car, in the game, almost any of these cars take about 200,000 just to modify them fully. So this could theoretically be a car that you buy early on in order to play in some of these races. I mean, I don't think I would suggest that. I think you can go to the used car lot, get something a little less iconic that does the job just fine. I think we'd be doing far better if I wasn't trying to play with the clutch. There's letting off the clutch too aggressively. That's what I'm messing up on. So I do suspect that this car will get a fifth gear when we switch out the transmission. fight for who's the original muscle car right here. Oh, God. That's me. That is not the car. That is me. Okay, so we're not winning this battle. But what we'll do now is we'll cheat. We're going to go ahead and build this car up and see what it does. We ended up with a 150 going off the track. The factory suspension, I mean, it's a 50-year-old car, so it's rolling. It's fun. Part of the reason I decided to hold off on building it is because, you know, some of these cars are more fun when they're sloppy. So now we're going to lighten it, stiffen it, build up more power, and we'll come right back to this same track and just, at that point, it's not going to be fair. So that'll be fun. So let's see what we can do here. Weight reduction. Can build up our, well, we don't have high compression pistons, so this may have a supercharger as an option. I don't need any of that. Yep, we got a supercharger. Let's get the big boy. Let's go ahead. I'll buy that second. I think I do want to play with the clutch some more. I'm going to make you guys suffer through watching my struggle. Pour it, stroke it, polish and port it. Ah. This should be the big jump here. I'm buying this one first so that when I swap it back, we get the clutch back. So we went from, I mean, not counting the tire swap, it went from 450 to 704. So this is actually a car now that can perform in some of the higher end racing, which I don't know if it'll, I don't know. Oh, we can check, let's check body mods also. See what's available for this thing. Some of these mods actually make it look pretty good, so. Let's see here, 50 grand, what is that gonna look like? Not obnoxious. But we're gonna hold off on body work, but let's see what the aero does. Front end, we get, it's just a reflection on the bumper. Yeah, I don't, that one actually doesn't look bad. I don't really care for that giant one, but the little, I'll actually throw that on. That looks pretty good. It's not so obnoxious. And then the wing, you can lose the wing. I think leaving it alone. And in fact, I'm going to pull that front spoiler off too. Just leave it alone. We can check wheels real quick. That's similar to, but we'll leave that alone too. And before we hit the track, we'll do some little quickie mods. This car should be, I mean, a powerhouse at this point. Let's see. Let's put it in with the bigger cars. going to go out seeking revenge quite as much. It felt balanced, so we can keep it balanced. I wasn't really noticing a whole lot of oversteer or anything. Let's bring this up to 300. Supercharger high end, blah, blah, blah. ECU full, yeah. That's pretty stiff already. All right. Anything else we should do? So the biggest thing I'll do is if I struggle with the clutch, I'm just going to stop using the clutch. And if we shifted to the full racing instead of the fully adjustable manual, you would actually get a couple more points out of this thing. Oh boy. Oh, okay. Maybe I don't want to use the clutch. Yeah, this thing has been woken up. Woo. Yeah, I'm done with the clutch for a little bit. This thing is a powerhouse now. Oh my lord. That was just blipping the throttle right there. I love hearing that whine of that supercharger. So this could probably use the wider tires. I have a lot more speed that I could be putting down and crushing these guys with, but it just doesn't grip. If you're a fan of Street Outlaws, this could probably be turned into the Crow pretty easily, or at least you know, somewhat of a tribute. It's kind of funny. This car feels like you just got to keep it on such a tight leash. We do have a fifth gear now. Like, I am shifting way early in this thing just to keep it from just blowing the back tires off. If this was a straighter course, I think we could unleash it a little bit more. Even letting it get up in the RPMs, I'm not giving it full throttle. I mean, maybe I am. Maybe the calibration's off a little bit on the pedal, but I'm not hitting the bottom of my pedal. Oh Lord. See the back end walking, 100 miles an hour, thing's black tracking. Get around that Camaro. Or is that the vet? I don't like what they did with the last generation, just because of that. Like, see, that's the Corvette. From the head, it looks like the Camaro, and they were always way more distinctive. The C7's a good-looking car. I mean, I would love to get one, even more so than the C8. But that was the one thing I didn't care for, is what they did with the taillights. So I broke his, apparently. Sorry, buddy. Oh, I had a whole other lap, too. I didn't even need to push on him like that. I don't know if I would switch to the low-end supercharger. Because when this thing spools up, I mean, it's just such a beast. So it's got, I mean, it definitely is a nice feeling car. We've shaved a lot of time off. I think we were at 150 before, but I was using the clutch, so let's say 10 seconds just to be ultra forgiving. It does feel less like a muscle car with the modern suspension underneath it. But it's a nice car. I don't think it's something you need to rush out and buy. But if you're a fan of Pontiac or the GTO in general, or even, like I said, Street Outlaws, there's not really a downside to it, other than it's what you would expect with an old muscle car. It's heavy, it fights, and then when the power comes on, it comes on with force. But we'll be trying to continue the engine swap series here. I think the next one I'm going to end up working on is the Coyote. We got the Mustang and the Pantera that'll go into. So that's kind of my next plan. If you have something else you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments below. And if you could, like and subscribe, I appreciate it.